and it enters my bid in $15 million. Today, I'm going to show you how I run a super profitable domain buying and selling business. But not like the other guys teach, where you just buy a domain and sell it at a profit. No, this is a lot more detailed and a heck of a lot more profitable. And not only that, but I'm going to tell you the story of the domain I bid over $15 million on. Yep, that's right. One domain, $15 million. And my goal in this video is to show you inside a world that you may not know exists. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. I mean, how else do you think a company like GoDaddy can afford an ad during the Super Bowl? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is all because of domain buying. And it's actually very simple. It doesn't take a lot of money to get started. You could hedge your money in a very simple way by building the website up. And if you know what you're looking for, it's virtually guaranteed to work. So in just a minute, I'm going to pull back the curtain on my entire domain industry. I'm going to show you where I find the domains, how I know what to pay for them, what I'm looking for, how to find the money, the whole 9 yards with nothing left out. But first, a story. The day started out like any other day. I came to work and checked on the daily domain auctions. And that's when I noticed a domain that was a diamond in the rough. Usually, I'll be bidding $100, $200, maybe even $1,000 for a domain name. But this one was different. It had the backlinks, it had the rankings, everything was tight-knit about a specific topic that I knew would make me tons of money. But was it worth $15 million? And how much did I actually end up paying out of pocket? We'll get to that in just a minute. If you were to take a look over here at NameBio, you would see the top 100 domains name sales of all time. We could see that voice.com went for 30 million, nfts.com 15 million, connect.com, fund.com, healthinsurance.com, and on we go. And while some of these are obvious, you could see like voice, fund, diamond, those ones have value because of the domain name. But what about something like healthinsurance.com? Is that really worth $8 million? Well, what I like to do is check and see what the domains actually rank for on Google, because we all know that Google rankings equal money. For example, dental emergency no insurance gets 1,000 searches a month, and this domain ranks number 1. So it looks like this domain is mostly about dental insurance. And if we click over here to the overview, it doesn't look like it's actually getting that much traffic. So while the name might have sold for $8 million, to someone like me, it's probably not worth that much. And with the domain I'm going to tell you the story about in just a minute, that would put me up here at the second highest domain name sale ever. And we'll get to that in just a second. What I usually like to do is look at the domains based on how much traffic and how many rankings they are getting on the search engines. For example, something like nextmedia.com is going for about $11,000. And while the word nextmedia.com might be worth $11,000, I want to see if the traffic is something that I can make money with. So we'll go ahead and put that in our keyword tool over here, and we can see it ranks for 941 keywords, and it gets about 453 visitors a month. Let's take a look at what the nature of the words are about, because obviously something like mortgages or insurance is worth lots of money, whereas something like how to tie a tie is not. And we can see this one isn't really stuff that I'd like to use. So to me, that one is not worth $11,000. However, if we take a look at something like toys2remember.com, I can see that it's at about $1,075. Let's take a look at what this one ranks for. This one I can see is ranking for all different types of toys. And my brain says, well, I can be an affiliate of Amazon, eBay, various toy shops that have vintage toys. I can run ads on the site. I can rank this for tons of keywords about vintage toys, like this site here that's got over 6,300 keywords for all different kinds of toys. And since this one already ranks for stuff like first Lego mini figurine, as we can see right here on Google, this is going to be pretty easy to build up. But the question is, can I build this into a website that justifies the price of over $1,000? Well, let's see here. If I take $1,075 and I divide that by 365, assuming I want to make my money back within the first year, then I would arrive at a number of about $3 per day. So the question is, can this domain make me at least $3 a day? And the answer is yes. And in the age of AI, where we can create content in the blink of an eye for next to nothing, this is something that can be very, very profitable. And the next question I'm going to ask myself is, what is the actual value of this domain? If I had to turn around and sell this domain, do I think I could get $1,000 for it? Well, right now the current bid is $1,075, so there is someone out there willing to pay for this domain. Actually, about 14 people. That is super important. Then I want to ask myself questions like, how much do these affiliate programs pay? What are some other offers I can run? And how can I turn this into a full-fledged business? It all comes down to seeing the vision. And for this one, I can visualize a toy site that talks about vintage toys, runs all kinds of ads, gets all kinds of traffic from Google, TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube. The sky is literally the limit. And since I'm starting with rankings that already exist, this is going to be super easy. And this is the kind of thing that I do all the time. Many of my students have bought domains and websites from me and used the previous rankings to build something of value that actually turns a profit. If you were to take a look at my website, newsuv.org, you could see it's ranking for all different types of keywords related to SUVs. If you were to take a look at mojiedit.com, a domain I bought about emoticons, it ranks for all kinds of things and it's getting tons and tons of traffic. Or this domain that I just recently won for about $500. We could see here that it actually ranks for lots of different fitness keywords, which I can build up and grow in a super easy way. And since it was only $500, I have to ask myself, can it make $1.50 a day? And I would think the answer is an emphatic yes. But again, remember, the results are not typical, implied, or guaranteed. There is a risk you could lose your money, and the average person trying to make money online makes nothing. But I think we see here that this is a very, very easy way to get into markets that you wouldn't otherwise be able to tackle. We are simply using the rankings and the backlinks and stuff that already exists. And if you were to take a look at some of the domains I recently bought, in addition to the hundreds of thousands of dollars I've spent on domains over the years, you could see all different kinds of things. Here's one about keychains, gardening, fish tanks, incense holders, and on we go. In fact, just yesterday on Namecheap, I got the domain bestburgerguide.com. This one cost me $560. And we could see here that it ranks for all kinds of keywords about hamburgers. But how is this going to make money? Well, my thinking is we can review various fast food hamburgers and other hamburgers in the United States or wherever it is you want to get traffic and make tons of money with ads and affiliate offers. If we were to go here to Offer Vault and type something in like burger, you can see there's all different kinds of affiliate offers that pay us money when people get coupons and different offers for food. And of course, if these people are eating burgers as much as the average American, we could probably promote some dieting offers and make some money with that too. And if we were to take a look at the top 100 domains list, use the batch tool in Ahrefs, and sort them all by the amount of rankings they have, we could see investing.com has over 4.5 million keywords in Google. And we can see that these are all related to stock market terms, which are super, super profitable. So was that domain worth $2.4 million? You bet your butt it was. Or coupons.com, or creditcards.com with almost 300,000 rankings in Google. We can see all about credit cards, which pay tons and tons of money. In fact, this is one of the most profitable niches online today. Was that worth $2.7 million? Absolutely. And if you understand how the domain name works, you can make tons of money. Now, back to our story. And when I was bidding on the domain, it was about 12 in the morning and I had my normal daily call. So I was on a webinar on the screen over here and buying domains on this screen over here. And this was a domain that I really wanted to buy, but I certainly wasn't willing to pay $15 million for it. I mean, at best, the domain was worth maybe $2,000 to me. And that morning, my computer had been acting funny, my keyboard was typing multiple things, the day was just not going the way I had planned. And I went to enter in $1,571. That is what I was willing to pay for the domain. And all of a sudden, everything malfunctions and it enters my bid in twice on the same line. 1571, 1571. $15 million. And get this, it accepts the bid with just 4 minutes to go. Then a bid comes in at 1,700, 2,000, 2,100, 2,900, 3,500, and I'm freaking out. Is this really gonna go to $15 million? I mean, how much money am I on the hook for here? Because even if it went to 50,000, that's still way out of my league for a domain like this. So quickly, I get on live chat with the Namecheap customer support. The system had an error. Please stop this bid. And the seconds are ticking down. The bids are going up faster than you could imagine. My heart starts pumping and thumping. And I'm literally freaking out here. I mean, are they gonna want me to pay $15 million for this domain name? Finally, the support agent comes back on Namecheap and says, once a bid is entered, we can't reverse it. So I'm literally freaking out. What am I gonna do? I mean, if this thing goes to $50, $60, $250,000 for a domain that's barely worth $2,000? And luckily, they had a fail-safe that prevented me from paying too much for the domain name. Needless to say, it just went to the next highest bidder. But that was an important lesson to learn, and I hope you got a lot of good value in understanding the world of buying and selling domain names. And if you want to learn more about this, check out the links in the description where I talk about some domains I bought for $11 and then later sold for $4,000, $5,000, or even one domain I bought a few years back for just $15 and sold it for a $25,000 payday.